Hi, Idrisu here once again. Greetings to you wherever you are. Um, we thank God for today. I have been speaking about the current situation in Ghana, the political discourse ongoing concerning the challenging economic situation we have and the way forward. I think at this moment, what we need is that the voice that try to bring all of us together, the voice that try to let us tone down on the emotional aspect of this discourse, the political aspect of this discourse, the blame game aspect of this discourse, and also look at the way forward, look at the bigger picture. You see, as I said in my previous video, the problems of Ghana will be solved by Ghanaians. And if I say Ghanaians, I mean both NDC and NPP and other people who are in between. So for us to be able to solve the problems of Ghana, we need to have a common grounds. We need to have we have to look at have a sober reflection of the situation going on. We have our reservations, we have our difficulties with the current leadership, we have our challenge with the way things are being run or have been run the past few years. Yes, let's put them aside, but let's look at how we can move the country forward. And in moving the country forward, I'm not suggesting that if things have been done wrongly, it shouldn't be looked at. We will force people, leadership, to look at the things that has gone wrong. That should be our focus. But it shouldn't be that we, in doing so, trying to get leadership to let the things be done rightly, we shouldn't do things that will let the economic situation get worse, or things that will put the whole country in danger. That's where I'm coming from with this my short messages. Now, at this point, what we need is direction, vision, and the leadership must come out with direction, vision, and carry the citizens along. Direction and vision is very important. What we can say is that the economic policy, that is the budget that was read, is a direction or that's the vision. Now, as to how to carry the people along is another thing, because you cannot carry people along if you are not listening to the people. You cannot carry the people along if you think that this is my position and I'm imposing it on you. You cannot carry the people along if you don't have flexibility in adjusting your position with the position of the people. So the leadership must be able to communicate honestly to the people on the direction that the country is going. Now, you see, when you talk about direction, every situation, every circumstance in the lifespan or the lifetime of a leader, a particular regime, every situation calls with new vision. You cannot have an old vision and situations come up. That situations has affected the socio-economic structure of the country or the group you are leading, but you don't change the vision that you had for that group. So, for example, if you have a vision like Ghana Beyond Aid, and the way you are going to approach it before COVID came in, because of the impact of COVID and the impact of whatever is going on now, the vision needs to be shifted in a way to take into consideration the new occurrences or the current situation. So, post COVID-19, there should be a vision, there should be a purpose, there should be a direction. How are we going to do it? Now, you see, the old ways of doing things, just presenting a document to Parliament and then Parliament discussing it without the people's input and without proper consultation with the people, has led us to this point where we are now. So what the discussion, the town hall meetings were supposed to be doing, is it truly doing it? Because everything has been politicized. The aim shouldn't be that I want people to rubber stamp what I'm saying or agree and buy into what I'm saying. But the point should be that how do we move it forward? So if people are saying no to this, what other means are available? What other means do the people suggest? Why are the people saying no? And how are we going to tackle their concerns? This should be how we approach it. So, for example, how are we drawing the traditional leaders, the religious leaders, the civil society organizations, and the opposition leaders into this discussion? Should be our concern. It should be our focus. As I said, we need to have a vision, and we need to work towards the vision as a group, as one people. So make the vision clear. Make the vision clear. There shouldn't be contradictions where one minister says this, another minister says that, where you have people contradicting each other on the same thing, even though they are supposed to be coming from the same area or the same government or cabinet. It makes it difficult for people to buy into that. So, for example, if one says that we are not going to collateralize the loan, the tax, no one should come and contradict that, because the more you contradict it, people then will not have confidence in whatever you are saying. So the vision must be made clear. If you look at, you see, some of these things are principles in the Bible, principles in the Quran. Habakkuk 2:2 talks about write the vision, make it clear. Make it clear. The focus should not just be that I have a vision, but the focus should be that it is clear enough to the understanding of every ordinary citizen who will want to know what is ahead of them. And then after you have written that vision, after you have stated that vision, you should go down to the grassroots to let the people understand. You see, the point is this: if we can organize big rallies to tell people to vote for us, why can't we organize big rallies to tell people why we are bringing these ideas or these policies? So you don't group just few people that you think will be in favor of that idea in a small room and say that I am doing town hall meeting. Do it in such a way that there is an honesty, openness, and transparency in what you are saying to the people. Let the people openly vent their disagreement, but explain your position to them. Yeah, so there must be unity of purpose. Unity of purpose, very important. Can two walk except they agree? There must be agreement that we are all Ghanaians, and this is the problems we are in, and this is the way we think we can get us out of that problem. Then the other part will tell you that no, I disagree because of 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't just disregard their concerns. You don't just disregard their disagreement. Bring it on board. Let them know that, okay, fine, these are your agreement, your disagreements, these are your concerns, and this is what we're going to do about it. As it stands now, the biggest concern of Ghanaians, both NDC and NPP, is that the perception of corruption, the perception that politicians or leadership have always misused and misappropriate our funds or finances. The point is this: how does government assure the people by actions and by practice how are they going to tackle that corruption and implement same? It's not about rhetorics. It's not about jabs, political jargons, and equalizations. Is about how am I going to do it differently? Because look, we all know the challenge of Africa, the challenge of Ghana is the corruption, the naked stealing of public funds. If we get that dealt with, we wouldn't find some of the economic challenges that we have and the deprivations we have in our country as it is today. So what we are saying here is this, that when people are raising concerns, don't discard it. Don't tag them. Just look at the concerns they are raising. Put in practical measures to try to address these concerns, and then dialogue with the people about what you want them to do for their state, because you are doing your part. But if you don't do your part to give the people confidence that you are taking their views, their concerns, their frustrations on board, but you want them to take your view, your appeal, and your position on board, it becomes difficult. So show the people practical steps that corruption allegations and corrupt issues that has been raised are being dealt with. That is how you do the things. It's give and take. You cannot have and not give. You cannot give and not take. So that's why I'm saying that there must be unity of purpose. You see, the problem with Africa and the problem with Ghana has always been that one party, when it's in power, the country is divided. Half is in support, half is against. Listen, two cannot work together and make any meaningful achievements without agreement. We can agree on the future of Ghana, but we may not agree on ideologies and principles and the way to do things, but at least we can agree on the future of Ghana. Every Ghanaian politician agrees that Ghana's economic structure is in difficulty. It has been in difficulty till now. Every Ghanaian and every politician agrees to that. What we disagree is the approach towards it. Therefore, and also every political party, both Ndc and NPP, agree to the fact that we can build Ghana on taxes. So if someone is saying that e-levy is not the right tax, it doesn't mean the person is saying don't take tax. So why don't you come to sit down and ask, fine, what aspects of the e-levy do you think you are disagreeing with, and what do you think, or how do you think we can make that aspect better but still raise the money we want to raise? This is how you approach the discussion. But you don't say that you are saying no e-levy because you don't want the government to succeed. You see, because if you look at both arguments, as I said, there is unity of purpose that we need taxes. The only disagreement is what type of taxes or which area should be taxed. How can we find a common grounds and a common approach to raising those revenues? And agreement is very important. We must speak with one voice as a country. Ghana first, and the interests of the country and the citizens of Ghana should be paramount in everything we do. Not self-interest, not political lineage, not hatred. You see, we have to tone down, we have to speak civil language to each other. Now, there must be openness, there must be open discussions, and there must be open accountability. You don't go lobbying MPs behind the scene, forgetting that the MPs, most of them want to please their followers. So even if the MP wants to soften their grounds, they are still afraid of what the followers are doing or will say about what is their decision will be, because it is the follower who brought him there. So government, you don't have to be lobbying an MP, NDC MP. You have to be lobbying the Ghanaian citizens. How do you open up the lobbying of the MPs so that the followers of the MPs who are being lobbied will see why their MPs are taking the decisions they will take to favor government. Don't underestimate the impact or the influence of the followers, the grassroots, on the various political figures or the MPs who have been elected to parliament. They come to parliament, you lobby them, you give them all the explanation why you need some resource revenue. They go back to the grassroots, and the grassroots are telling them that, look, we disagree. Even though the MP may be convinced, the grassroots is not convinced because of the discourse in the media, the discourse or the political discourse in the society. How do you make these discussions, or the discussions and the negotiations, how do you make at least some kind of openness transparent, so that the followers will know that their MPs did not go and take some bribe and betray them? And you look at the whole approach of government is that, oh, how can we bulldoze ourselves through? It can't happen. It can't happen. Even if it happens this way, this time, it cannot always happen. We need to rule with the people. And you have the MPs who are representing the people. So when dealing with the MPs, indirectly, you have to involve the people. You see, and as I said, there's a lot of mistrust going on. There's a lot of, say, people trying to protect their political interests. Why don't you want to make it public? And that is why a public forum is very important. A public forum. Don't bring only NPP, NDC. Bring the opinion leaders. Bring the religious leaders. Bring the CSOs. Bring the student bodies. Bring the TUC. Bring everyone on board. Let there be open discussion about the post-COVID-19 approach to recovery. You don't do that. You have not done that. And then you are going around. If you see the government communicators, the frustration they are showing on TV, and that frustration leading to outbursts and all these things, that is not how you get people to rally behind a vision and an agenda. Ghana must not die. You see, and as we keep saying, to be honest, it's not only the e-levy that should be able to rescue Ghana's economy. There should be other ways. If only we speak in one voice, there should be other ways. The government should come out and show us clear strategies, because the people have a concern. Their major concern must be addressed, and if that is addressed, the people will give you support. Simple. Look at how 2017, thereabout to 2019, and look at the goodwill that Ghanaians gave the NPP government. Why will you lose that goodwill and not make efforts to regain that back? You see, you lost that goodwill because people are not happy with your approach to certain things. And look at what is the things that people are not happy with. Mainly is the corruption allegations and the corruption perception. We are the human beings by nature will be bitter if they feel like they are being cheated. Other people are taking advantage of them and living better, and they are struggling. So you don't just brush corruption allegations under the carpet and expect people to cooperate and give you full support. So whatever this government is going through now, they brought it upon themselves. But as I said, the blame game must end. It is time for Ghanaians to come together, to look for a way forward in rescuing this economy. It is doable, but leadership must show the way. Leadership must be humble enough to bring all of us on board. Leadership must be humble enough to engage. And as I said, listen, the closed door lobbying has not been working. It's not working because people have their interests and entrenched positions because they don't want to feel being weak in the public or to their followers. Therefore, if you make it an open forum, the followers are following the forum, and therefore they will not consider you as weak when you take a certain decision. Listen, the earlier we act, the better. We cannot disappoint our people. The economy will get worse if we don't act now. Yes, it will get worse if we don't act now. And we must act, both NDC and NPP, in the interest of Ghana, because the economic challenges will not affect only one person. I wish you all the best. And I pray that we will be able to put aside our personal interests, our hatred, and our bitterness, and forge forward to kind of come together and give each other mutual respect and space to think together to build a good and a better Ghana. Thank you.